With the Premier League season drawing to a close now, young player of the season, player of the season, and manager of the season are all up for grabs. But who do we think are going to get them? Well, we're going to have a little bit of a debate about that today. Who we think our favourites are, and maybe come to an agreement. Probably not in this topic here. But we'll start off with young player of the season. Today I'm also joined by Ryan there and Jack, who doesn't have a camera because he's useless. Anyway, so the young player of the season nominees are Phil Foden, Erling Haaland, Alexander Isak, Kobbie Mainoo, Cole Palmer, Bukayo Saka, William Saliba, and Destiny Udogie. Jack, I'm going to go to you first. Who do you think deserves to win Young Player of the Season?
I think comfortably William Saliba. I think it's unbelievable that he wasn't nominated for Player of the Season. He's been by far and away the best centre-back in the league. And I think Arsenal would be in a lot worse of a situation than they currently are without him.
Before you say anything, Ryan, have I ever told you how much I love Jack?
I'm just in total disbelief right now.
Yeah,
Honestly,
anyway, I'll let you go.
I can't believe what I've just heard.
So what do you think then, before you grill him?
I'm going to go Cole Palmer, you know.
Get out. Get out.
You know, only the third player in history to reach 30 goal involvements.
When did you find that one out?
21
When you looked it up 2 minutes ago?
Yeah, when I was searching up my information for this video, that's when I found it out.
Yeah,
because some of us do research.
Some of us watch games.
Don't just look at Arsenal players and go, "Oh yeah, Arsenal players."
Yeah, Jack.
They're
Don't do
so
that.
Good.
Anyway,
yeah, Jack.
Yours is Cole Palmer. My young player of the season is Phil Foden. He this season has been consistently the best out of them players. There have been spells of other players. Obviously, Cole Palmer has his penalties. Cool. Udogie at the start of the season, great. Doesn't deserve to be in the list. Kobbie Mainoo has had a great season for himself, breakout season. William Saliba, one of the best centre-backs in the league. I don't agree saying he's the best centre-back in the league this season. And I will say that because I do believe Gabriel has been a better defender than him.
I suppose he's not even the best for Arsenal centre-back.
But he does deserve to be in Player of the Season list as well, because he is an unbelievable centre-back over Van Dijk, who don't know why he's in there, but we'll get into that in a minute. Obviously, Saka has had his moments better than Foden, but Foden has been consistent throughout the whole season, and I think he deserves Young Player of the Season this year. Although I'm more than happy to agree with Jack.
Yeah, no, that's wrong.
You've got the worst pick in this list, by the way.
No, I do not.
I
have actually the correct pick.
No.
Though, I will say Foden is definitely up there. Like, I'm not going to go against it, and you'll see why I'm saying that. But
as a player, Phil Foden has been the best
phenomenal
this season. He's been the best out of them this season.
I can't believe I just heard Saliba get said.
I'm
honestly near the bottom.
Honestly, right, in my opinion, the bottom of the list on that is Udogie.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And then Mainoo, and then
Saliba.
No, then Isak probably. Saliba's been more important to Arsenal than
strong season.
Then I'd say.
You think if Isak wasn't at Newcastle this season, or was like injured for longer, or whatever, Newcastle could have been in the depths.
Anyone want to change their opinion after there? Or are we going to stick with our guns? I think we all back ourselves here.
I'll agree. Look, no, I will agree. I think there is a very, very strong argument to be made for Phil Foden. Of course there is. But, the guy is fantastic. Oh, he's fantastic. And the thing is, with maybe not with Saliba necessarily, but arguably with Cole Palmer, he's somebody who hasn't really shown, or hasn't, well, obviously at City didn't necessarily have the chance to show how good he was this season. Whereas Phil Foden, we know he's been good. I'm not making the most convincing argument here.
No.
Because Cole Palmer didn't show he was good at City this season.
No, but hear me out. Cole Palmer looks like a good player. I may help you, Jack. Cole Palmer looks like a good player. Didn't get the chance to show at City last season. Not really relevant. But at Chelsea this season, he's shown in my opinion, spells. I think he's scored a lot of penalties.
By far the best Chelsea player.
Yeah, but that's like picking
by far.
That's like being a normal shit in a lump of diarrhea. Like, you know what I mean?
No, I don't.
But anyway, let's fucking move on.
Fully polished.
Let's move on.
There.
Yeah, oh, wow. Cheers. Let's move on anyway. Player of the season. Phil Foden, Erling Haaland, Alexander Isak slipped in there. Don't really know how. Martin Odegaard, Cole Palmer, Declan Rice, Ollie Watkins, and again Virgil van Dijk. Don't really know how he's got into that list. Ryan, we'll go with you first this time.
So I went with I went with Phil Foden for this one.
What the fuck?
So this is why I was saying I can't disagree with you, but I wanted to be different because I do think Cole Palmer deserves big plaudits.
Oh, well done! You've done all right, Cole Palmer. So we'll just give you this award as like a sorry. Yeah.
Well, yeah. But at the end of the day, can't be asked for the same player winning both. You know.
I mean, it didn't happen last season, to be fair. But
so
yeah,
I'm gonna say Phil Foden. Much as what you said, he's been class. He's been playing more centrally this season, and you can tell it's definitely his best position. I'm going to go as far to say the two players I've said in this video both start for England in the Euros.
I just threw something at my camera because I'm just completely. It won't work. They play the same position.
No, Cole Palmer out on the right.
But he doesn't play on the right. He doesn't play on the
play off the right.
No, he cannot. He
plays in the half space between the right.
No. When he plays just behind a striker is his best position by a long way. If you watch him play, when he picks up the ball, that is his best spot.
Bro.
And he's not better than Saka.
Half right space.
But he's not better than Saka.
He's unbelievable in it.
Right, fun fact. Right, in the nicest way possible, Cole Palmer isn't better than Saka, and he's a great option to have for England. But what's he going to do when England get a penalty? Well, he isn't, but England get a penalty, yeah?
Yeah, all right. England get a penalty.
And Cole Palmer doesn't take it. You know why?
Because
he's not on the fucking pitch.
Or England gets a penalty shootout, and then Saka goes and passes it to the goalkeeper again.
Well, he didn't pass it, but anyway. Saka's England's best right winger and has been England's player of the season 2 years in a row. No, that is awful. Anyway, but that's not the point. Jack.
Yeah, quite frankly, it is Phil Foden, isn't it? It's so hard to overlook how good he has actually been this season.
Oh man.
We're all agreeing on this, aren't we? But
no, we're not actually, but yeah.
I don't know. I think I haven't really got much to add on what Ryan said, quite frankly. Phil Foden has been better this season than arguably any other season he's had. Yeah.
100%.
He fully starts for England at the Euros. And
100%.
he should. And player of the season.
Have I ever told you, Jack? I love you, by the way.
Before we move on to no one argued Phil Foden starts at the Euros. Before we move on to that, I just want to get to the point, and we're going to make a video on this at some point anyway. It's been spoke about at the Euros. Phil Foden does start, but but the only way Cole Palmer starts with him is if Cole Palmer starts in the middle and Phil Foden starts off the left.
No.
But that's the only way that happens. But we'll get into that in another video anyway. My player of the season, and you say you thought we were all going to agree. Phil Foden is probably third in mine.
Right.
So
let's hear this. Come on.
My two options in my head, and it's very close, are Ollie Watkins and Martin Ødegaard. And
there we go.
And I'm going to pick Ødegaard because, well, actually, my opinion kind of changed. If Arsenal win the league, Martin Ødegaard deserves to be player of the season because he's the person that leads at Arsenal. He is the person that pushes all the attacks forward. Without him, we are useless. Genuinely, going forward without him, we are useless. When he's not there, he's the one that dictates the play. Watch him at the games. He tells everyone what to do. He is literally the leader. He's the commander of that team. Without him, we are useless. And people that are going to go, in other words, Ryan, but his stats. Watch football.
Yeah, mate, I watch football, right? And yes, he's a very good player, deserves to be in the list, but not the best player in the league. Not even close to Foden's season.
He's been the player of the season. But Ollie Watkins deserves a very good mention. Obviously, what he's 100%. Done for Aston Villa this season. And he probably deserves to win it more than anyone. But for me, if Arsenal win the league, I think Ødegaard... If Ødegaard won it, it wouldn't be a travesty. But in my opinion, if one of Watkins, Foden or Ødegaard picks it up, I've got no complaints.
I could see Haaland picking up still.
If Haaland picks it up, I'm going to be disgusted.
I do.
Just in games played being so strong.
I will say I think it's more likely that Haaland wins it than Ødegaard, and not that.
I agree. I do agree, but.
And again, Ollie Watkins is another one who I would not be mad at all if he got it. Like, Ollie Watkins has had an unbelievable season. He's been absolutely fantastic for a team that have way overachieved. And yeah, like, again, if Watkins wins player of the season, fantastic, great. I do just think Phil Foden has been that little bit better this season.
One more thing I want to do before we potentially move on, because we do have a bit of time.
Yep.
Ryan and Jack, I'm going to ask you, for player of the season, pick one player that you use not on the list that you think deserves to be there. Just one.
Oh damn you! You hit us. With
hit you with something different.
With a question that we weren't expecting.
That you weren't expecting.
Well,
yeah.
I suppose, given that I voted for Saliba for Young Player of the Season, I kind of have to say Saliba.
That's fair.
Yeah, but he's oh.
Do you want me to go before you and give you a second to think?
Yeah.
So I think one of mine's quite a huge shock that they're not there, and that's Rodri.
Oh yeah,
they're
that's
not
good.
on the list, which is insane because, in my opinion, if he's on the list, I mean, don't get me wrong as well. None of us have mentioned Declan Rice's name on that list. Deserves to be there as well. Has been ridiculously good for Arsenal.
A big one as well.
I just don't think he'll win it. And for me, Odegaard has been Arsenal's player of the season, so that's why I didn't say in their head. Anyone you thought of yet, Ryan? Or should we move on?
Don't know what. I like the Rodri. The Rodri shout. That was a good shout.
Fair enough. Well, moving on to manager of the season, and I think it's really hard to say this one because the season isn't finished. But you've got Mikel Arteta, you've got Unai Emery, Pep Guardiola, Iriola, and Jurgen Klopp. I'll go first. I've not gone first. There is an imposter among us, and that imposter is Jurgen Klopp, by the way.
Yeah, 100%.
Because they have bottled it. They're the team that's bottled the league this season, to make that clear. They were, I think, 9 points clear at one point, or 8 points clear at one point. If that's Arsenal, we get abused about it.
Yes,
at the moment, right now, Unai Emery deserves it. But, again, if Arsenal win the league, Mikel Arteta deserves it. That's my thoughts.
Yeah, I'm completely with you there. I think, as it stands, Unai Emery, just for the job he's done this season, he does win. However, if Arsenal win the league, because yes, fair enough, they were fantastic last season, but if they actually manage to win, then I don't know. You could certainly make a case for Arteta. I still think arguably Emery would deserve it, even if Arsenal win the league. But I do think that Arteta does win it if that happens.
Anything you
What
want to say?
do you think? Is there an argument to be made here that Jurgen Klopp is only on this list because he's leaving Liverpool?
No, it's because they're third, and last season they were shit. That's the only reason.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah,
fair enough.
I don't know what I think, Jack. You could have some substance with that point. To be fair, like I do feel like it was a weird one, especially how recent form's been for Liverpool. It's it just seems like a very, very strange one. Irola, or however you say his name, definitely not right. I think deserves some props. Like I think most people would have had Bournemouth near relegation. He's got them playing some nice football, mid-table.
That's it's not a bad shout.
Can't go wrong. Me personally, I think Emery is the best shout. I could see Arteta getting it if he wins the league, getting Arsenal the first title for
20 years.
I don't know. Yeah, 20 years.
Yeah.
So.
No one's saying Pep. No.
I think the thing with Pep is we're so used to it now.
The thing is, I think with Pep Guardiola, this is don't get me wrong, great manager, but you are in a title race with Arsenal right now, with a much bigger and better squad. Normally they were 100-pointing, and I don't think their squad's any worse. If anything, it's better. They've got rid of Jesus, and they brought in Haaland, and they improved their strike rate. You'd have thought maybe if they'd have continued that way, obviously they've had some bad injuries, but they have also actually had less injuries than Arsenal. They've had players out for less than Arsenal this season. So it's a strange one, but obviously great manager, but I do think this season it is a two-horse race for management.
It's not been his best season. Not been his best season by any stretch.
Although, you say that, a penalty shootout away from still having a treble on. That's as close as it was. Like, people seem to not realise. People have said, Man City aren't as good this season. If they'd have won that penalty shootout, they'd have still had a treble to play for. Which would have been mental.
But they didn't.
And yeah, you're not wrong. Fair enough.
So...
Anyway, hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video. Let us know in the comments, who do you think deserves Young Player of the Season, Player of the Season, or Manager of the Season? Ryan, you look itching to say something.
Oh no, I was getting ready with my arms.
Oh, fair enough. If you guys are new to this channel and want to subscribe now, where do they point, Ryan? Yes, they point...
Anywhere.
Anywhere.
It'll be somewhere.
And remember, guys, what is it, Ryan?
Still 0-0.
Yeah, where's that?
Fuck that. Down below.
Yeah. Right, anyway, everyone have a good video and continue making some tea.
Have a good video, yeah. Everyone have a good